everybody, it's Kelly with kellyscards.ca, and thank you for joining me. This is the 5th card in my Everyday Card Kit number 7 series. For this card, I've picked out some really subtle and very nice colors that are a little bit more relaxed and very pleasing. I have pink and gray together. I really like these colors together, and the first thing I did was I took and embossed this paper, and you will see this is a nice embossed background. You have two choices here. You could leave it white, or you can do like what I did with this one, which is the one I'm going to use for my sample. So I'm just going to show you how to ink up your embossed paper here. The color I'm going to use is Spun Sugar from Tim Holtz Distress Ink line. You can just get some ink onto your tool, and if you don't have the tool, then you can actually take the ink pad and do this, but it's not going to be as soft, just as a big warning there. The ink tool really helps provide a nice soft color onto the paper, and as you can see, it's a little bit pink there, just nice and light. So you just add the color on here. I'll just zoom in. And if you don't have one of these tools, these are amazing. These round ones are a lot better than the square ones because they go over edges like this, nice and smooth. So you just keep adding, and if you want to put more ink or less ink, it's kind of up to you. And you could even add some of the gray tones in the background if you wanted to keep with the pink and gray theme on this card. So I think this is starting to look really good now. There, look how nice that looks. And again, it's just a little bit nicer in some ways than the plain white. It depends on what kind of look you're going for, and that's how you do that. And again, you can have a choice. You can either leave it white or you can ink it like I have with this one. So I think I'm going to use this one that I've done the pink on, and I'm going to bring these in here. These strips I have picked out, and then we also have the ribbon. So I really like these together, and then when this layer is on top, it just really looks nice together. So to start out, I am going to take this strip and I'm going to add it to this card first. And I'm just going to make sure this is nice and lined up. And I'm going to place it about there. And I love doing this on a grid because this just helps you use the grids to line it up so it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to put this one on next, and I'm not going to put it beside it. I'm going to put it a little off so that we have a little bit of the ribbon overlaying both pieces. So again, I'll bring this in, line it up with my grid, and I'm going to put this on and just make sure that I am lining it up. That's lined up there, and then when I bring my ribbon in, I'll be able to go over top. Now I've got a little bit overlaying here, so I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim that little section off like that. My ribbon's going to come in now, and I'm going to put it just over top, and I'm just going to secure it with a little bit of tape like this, and I'm just going to stretch this nice and straight, making sure again it's nice and straight with my grids. I'll flip that over and add the tape. Now that that is on there, we can adhere this whole piece to our gray card base. And we'll just grab a little bit of the score tape and put it on the back here. and a little tape runner, especially across the ribbon. And we'll bring this in and make it nice and straight here. Now that's looking really good. We can start to work on our image. So this piece is just a little frame to frame the image, and I really liked it because it helped the gray stand out a little bit more. So to adhere this frame, I'm just going to take a little bit of scrap paper so that I don't get adhesive all over my workspace. And we'll just put adhesive all over the back, and now we can remove this, and this will just go right on top. So I'll use the edge to guide to put this on, and then the rest will just follow on as well. And now that looks really nice on there. So now I want to put it up on the foam. I'm going to put some adhesive on my foam piece now. And I will just put that centered onto the circle. And now this is ready to go on here. I do include this sentiment, which has the shadow and the word love in the gray. You can now take the backing off of the gray love. If you pull on the back, you can pull the start to the adhesive and it will all start to come off the word. I did this just for ease of putting this sentiment onto this for everyone. So you can take the word love now, and this is where it is a little tricky that you're going to line it up so everything's centered. I just do one letter at a time and make sure that I have the same amount of cardstock on each side so it looks good. And there, it's all together now. So now that I've got this on here, just to let you know that I used some of this Sizzec adhesive strips. It's very similar to the stick-it tape that you hear about in the industry. It's very similar, where you peel this piece off and then you would stick this down on a piece of cardstock, then do your die cut, and then you'd have a release paper on the back of your die cut like this gray love had. So this is going to go on here now, and then our image that we've got up on foam is going to come here as well. Now just to let you know, I had die cut this piece here for this card, and I decided against using it because there was no stick-it tape on the back of all this, and I've since sold this die. So I'm going to include this in the kit. You're welcome to use it. There also is a few of the gray hearts to go inside to fill this. You can use this for this card on the inside or on the outside. You can use this for another card, or if you don't really want it, you can just throw it away. But just to explain why this is in this card, this actually was my original idea that it would go down here, but I just got to thinking this is so tiny on these hearts, and to try to get it stuck properly might be more frustrating. So I thought of going with this instead. I liked this better, so that is why that's in your kit. To continue on the card, I am going to add some adhesive on the back of the foam here. So now I've got the adhesive on there. I'm going to first thread my flower with this brad and get this on the back like that. And this is going to be just a small accent. So I want to bring this all in and get an idea where I want this placed. Kind of like that there. So I'm going to make this nice and straight. I really want this couple standing up nice and straight, and we're going to put this on. I'm just going to make sure also that this ribbon is laying flat, because I don't want to pull it. So there, that's on there now, and this is going to come on here. And then the last thing is to adhere this word love. And this love is a lot bigger than the little word love. So I'm just going to take some of this multi-medium and just tap some of the glue onto the back. Do not put too much, because again, this will be a little bit on the messy side with wet glue, but I like adhering with wet glue when you're going onto a embossed surface like that. It just helps it stick better. So now we'll bring this in, and I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to want to make sure it is straight first of all, and then I'm going to apply some pressure like this. We really want to make sure it's really stuck to the ribbon as well as the embossed paper. And then once that gets down and nice and stuck, we can continue with the rest of the card. So there, that is on there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my hot glue gun so that I can adhere this flower, and while we wait for that to heat up, we'll do the inside of the card. So you can just take the white insert and we're going to put it on the inside of the card now. Again, I like doing this just to finish off the inside. It just gives it a cleaner look. It's a little bit more professional than just an empty inside of the card. And feel free to stamp something or add other images to your insides of the card. In fact, you could even add some of these little gray hearts on the inside here. That might be nice as well. Before we put this on, I want to dress this up with a little bit of bling, and I'll show you. I've got this very pink bling and I find it very, very strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Copic marker, and it's a lighter pink, and I'm just going to color this plain bling with a little bit of this Copic marker. And you can see from there it is a lot less pink than the one beside it, but it's still pink enough, and I think it will add that elegant touch on this card. So I'm just going to keep coloring the rest of them because we will need them for the rest of the kits. And this is a really great tip if you have any alcohol-based markers, and you can just take your regular plain bling and color it to match your projects. So I'll just take this off here, and we will add these ones. And I'll put it right in this top corner. And I think that will add a nice balance. And again, I really like that toned down pink. This other pink that I had naturally is just way too pink, I think. So I really like that pink better. My hot glue gun is ready. So I'll just add some glue to the back of there, and I'm just adding this as a very small accent, just to accent this frame a little bit with this pink brad and this little white flower. So that will finish up this card and the whole card kit series. So really like this style card, again with the softness in the background. You can use more vibrant colors such as this, but everything kind of gets toned down by the main part of the background, which is this white piece, and then we've got the other white accents as well as the light pinks to match. So I hope you enjoyed this card. I hope you enjoyed the whole card kit series. As always, there'll be more card kits on the way. I'm not quite sure when I will start the next one, but I've already picked out some of the cards already, so it's just a matter of filming and putting them together. So I really hope that you enjoyed this card kit series. Lots of great colors and tones in this card kit. I hope you enjoyed this card kit. Again, you can subscribe to this card kit channel. You can subscribe as well to my main channel, which will also be linked. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.